Hi everyone, welcome to Math 100. My name is Eric Heinzman, I'm the instructor of the course, and I wanted to make this intro video to go over how the course is going to run from week to week. I'm currently logged into Blackboard, so this is what you should see if you log in. If not, you can click on Home, and this is the home screen. Just to go over what is contained here, first, here's my contact information, so you can email me here. Feel free to call me Eric. There's also the syllabus, which I'll go over in a second. We're going to use MyLab Math for homework and exams, so you have to register for this. And I've included a link to MyLab Math. I'll click that now. It'll take you to the screen here, and you can click on Student under Register. I'll go back to Blackboard. So if you need help registering, you can use these directions here. And you'll need the course ID, which is this. There's also an online scientific calculator. So you don't have to actually purchase a calculator. I'm going to open this link. So for the scientific calculator, all the computations that we do, this will be very helpful to do those. So if you need to take the square root of a number, you can just do that right in here. This can do very complicated expressions. So you can have a fraction with several numbers in the top divided by whatever else you need, and you get a number here. So this will be very useful. You don't actually have to purchase a calculator. I'm going to go back to the course in Blackboard. There's also tutoring for this class that is available through the Learning Resource Center, and so there's information down here about that. So after you do get registered for MyLab Math, I made a video on how to actually navigate the system. So that is how you can access the homework assignments, the gradebook, the thing called the study plan, as well as their multimedia library. So the multimedia library contains videos and an ebook that you can use. Those aren't required, but they are there for you. And so in this video, I go over how to do all those things. Let's actually look in the syllabus. So I'm going to open up the syllabus next. So there's a lot of information in the syllabus. I'm just going to focus on the highlights. So here at the top, there's the course description, the course topics. Feel free to read over those if you would like. But if we go down here, one important aspect is grades. This is the way grades are determined at the end of the semester. So to get a grade of an A, that's from 100 down to a 90%. Then from a 90 down to and including an 87 is an A minus, and so on. So this is an actual grading scale that is set by the department, and they have this policy. We have a departmental policy that says, because this grade is already scaled, we're not allowed to round at the end of a semester. So here, if you get a grade of an 89.99%, since that's not a 90 and we're not allowed to round up, that would still be considered an A minus instead of an A. So this is a departmental policy that I have to adhere to. In terms of how your grade is determined, there is homework that is submitted through MyLab Math. There are going to be written quizzes that are submitted through Blackboard. I'll talk about those in a little bit. And there are two proctored exams, a midterm and a final. Note that the final is not cumulative. It covers chapters 9, 10, and 11. The midterm exam covers chapters 4, 5, and 8. There are review exams that are posted in MyLab Math for these, so there's lots of opportunity for review. The actual exams are also taken through MyLab Math, but they are proctored using something called ProctorU. Actually, I think we switched to HonorLock. I take that back. So we do use HonorLock to proctor these exams. The nice thing is you can take them right at your computer at any time that you'd like during the window of time that the exams are open for. So if I scroll down a little further, you can read about exams and makeups and things like that. And I think the other thing I'll mention is on the very last page of the syllabus is the weekly schedule for our class. So for example, in the very first week here, there are these 3 homework assignments that are due on Saturday. In general, week to week, homework assignments are due on either Wednesday or Saturday. Those dates are posted in MyLab Math. And then some weeks are written quizzes, which are due on Saturday. And then on this week here is the midterm, and then here's when the final exam is due. So you can always refer to this schedule to know what is being covered in a given week. So that's everything I wanted to say about the syllabus. I'm going to click back to Blackboard. And that is pretty much everything in this first block. So other highlights in Blackboard are announcements. So I'll post things from time to time in here. Currently it is empty. And here's messages. You can message me through Blackboard, but I actually prefer that you send me an email. You can, of course, write me a message through here. I would definitely check this, but I'll definitely get my emails faster. The other part here to focus on is under course content. So I'm going to click here on video lessons. So here are all the video lessons for each section that are covered this class. So starting with section 4.1, all the way down to the very last video, which is the one for section 11.7. So if you click, let's say, if I go back to the top here, the link for homework 4.1, it'll take you to my YouTube page, and I'm actually going to open up this next. So here's a video lesson that I recorded, and I try to make these so they correspond to the homework. And then we have this one here, which is, so this is a video, it's 28 minutes long, where I go over all the highlights from section 4.1. I'm going to go back to Blackboard. To follow along when watching this video, you can click on here where there's a portrait blank. So essentially, it's just the highlights of things that happen in the video, and then you can write notes over top of this. Going back to Blackboard. Also included here are the actual completed notes, so you can click here. Take it a second to open up. Maybe I'll try that again. Try opening this up. All right, it seems to be taking a second, so I'll come back to that to see if it actually does load. But the idea is, for each section, how you choose to work through it is up to you. You could watch the video, take careful notes, and then refer to the completed notes after they do in fact open. Or you could actually even just start with the homework assignments themselves and see if you can solve it on your own. And if you're stuck, you can refer to these notes or the video lesson as necessary. So every single homework assignment is currently open up, and you can feel free to work through each assignment as you choose. Either start the assignment first, referring back to the notes, or you could start with the notes and then go from there. So everything is open. I have the due dates for each of the assignments listed here, but feel free to work ahead if you'd like. So let's see, that was the video lessons. Quizzes, I'll go to this next. So here are the written quizzes that are submitted throughout the semester. Starting next week on Saturday, if I go back to the syllabus, so that's when the first written quiz is due. I'll go back to Blackboard. Essentially what you do is you can download this quiz. So here's the quiz. You can either write your work on a separate sheet of paper or print this out and write your work on this quiz, take a photo, and then upload a PDF of that into the quizzes. So if I go back to Blackboard, after you have actually completed the quiz, created a PDF document that's a single document, labeling it as this. For example, Math 100, your first and last name, then quiz 1. You'll click here to upload. You basically just put the quiz into here and then click submit. I'll then grade it and send it back to you. So I'm going to go back to quizzes, and you'll do that for each of the quizzes, quiz 1, 2, 3, and 4. I also included practice quizzes for each quiz. So if you're working on quiz 1 and you're not sure what to do, you could look at this practice quiz. The questions are not exactly the same, but they are similar. And I've included written solutions. Okay, this one opened this time. This is great. And then also a video solution, so you can actually watch me solve the problems too. So if you're stuck on the quiz, you can refer to the practice quizzes for help. These are not required, but they can help you actually complete the actual quizzes. Also, if you have trouble creating your own PDF document that is a single document, I made a video on how you can do that up here. I go over how you can actually submit a quiz for quizzes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's see, we talked about the video lessons, the quizzes, the tests. If you click this tab, you'll see links to the midterm and final exam. There's information about when they are due here. I'll post more information on this later. I guess the last thing I'll mention is forums. So if at any point you have questions about the course, you can click in the help form and post your questions here. I like to monitor this myself, but really anyone is allowed to respond to anyone else. Also, I have this introductions forum. So please just at the start of this class, log into here, go into introductions, and just say hi, maybe a couple of things about yourself. And I have some questions here that you can answer if you would like a guide. So I'm going to give this one other try here, going back into video lessons. And I'll see if I can get these completed notes to open. And they did this time. Okay, I don't know why it took so long the other time, but here they are. So there are completed notes for every single lesson. There's videos, completed notes. So again, you could just even open these up first, kind of scan through it to get a feel for what's covered in the section, and that might be enough to actually complete the assignment. So I'll go back to Blackboard and back to the home page. So that is pretty much it. So to get started, again, go to MyLab Math and create an account using this course ID. Then you can get started on the homework and either use these video lessons to start with, or you could start with the homework first. And if you're stuck, you can come back to these documents. So please feel free to email me if you have any questions.